All right. Well, without any further ado, let's jump into it. As I said before, my name is Natalie Pixley. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at the Harford County Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm excited to share with you just a little bit more about who we are, what we do, membership benefits. We're going to go through kind of step by step all of the different things that the Chamber offers, is involved in, and then how you can get involved as an individual or as part of your business. Jump into. So we're starting out real basic this morning of just you got to start with what in the world is a chamber? And if you don't know the answer to that question, that is totally okay. I had no idea what a chamber of commerce was before coming to work for one. So it's not always common knowledge. But chambers are a very, very old concept. They actually began as just a group of business owners way back when that decided, hey, we want to work together, come together to protect our interests and protect the interests of our business from government influences and higher government powers. And then through the years, it became a formalized entity. So now chambers of commerce are now recognized as 501(c)(6) nonprofits. But we still have that original purpose, right? We're here to unite the business community, protect our local businesses from government overstep, create a thriving economy. Um, it's all a big part of what we do. So I always like to point out that chambers of commerce are in fact nonprofits. We are not a part of the local government, but that C6 designation allows us to work with the government, be involved in political activity, advocate on behalf of members and things like that, which is crucial to the work that we do. So the first chamber in the United States was actually founded in 1768, which is one of my favorite fun facts about chambers of commerce, because that's obviously before the United States was the United States. So I just think it's really awesome that that's something that's part of the founding of our country, was just this interest in protecting local business. And then the U.S. Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1912, and I'll get into that in a little bit further, of just the different types of chambers, the different levels, um, and how we all work together for local business and all the way up to the federal level. All right. So us specifically here at the Harford County Chamber of Commerce, we were chartered in 1976. We're actually coming up on 50 years in Harford County, which is fantastic. We represent over 640 different businesses and tens of thousands of employees. Um, and that's all over kind of what we call the Susquehanna region. Um, a good probably 2/3 of our member businesses are located in Harford County, but then we have about a third of our businesses are other counties in Maryland. We have some from Pennsylvania, Virginia, Delaware, kind of some neighboring states, and farther out as well. And we operate kind of under these three main pillars that I'm going to break down and go into, but that is advocate, connect, and educate. So if you leave with anything today, just remember those three: advocate, connect, and educate. So I already had a chance to introduce myself, but here's the rest of the chamber team. We are a lean, mean team of three, like we like to say. We're small but mighty. We get a lot accomplished for being a small team. So hopefully you will have a chance to meet the rest of our team throughout different events. But Angela Rose is our president and CEO. She is responsible not only just for running the chamber as an organization, obviously, but she does a majority of our advocacy work. So you'll probably see Angela, if she's not in Harford County, it's because she's in Annapolis, especially this time of year when we have legislative session. She is the one who is going out and testifying, going out and meeting with legislators, meeting with other chamber professionals, to make sure that the interests of our members are being heard, and then to try to advocate for business legislation that is going to help bolster our economy, help grow our local businesses, and is not going to be a hindrance to them. So that's a lot of what Angela does. And then Mr. Phil Logan, hopefully some of you are familiar with Phil. He is our membership director. So if you haven't met Phil yet, you probably will. Phil's usually the one that you see out and about at different events, and just out and about in the community. And he is kind of that first face that you see when you first join the chamber. He's the one that kind of walks you through the process, gets you onboarded, gets you connected to the community. So you will all hopefully get to meet Phil very soon. And then myself, I think I've introduced myself multiple times this morning, but I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships. So I oversee our community outreach programs. I also oversee our entrepreneurial branches that we'll get into, as well as chamber marketing, also marketing the chamber itself, but all of the marketing benefits that come with a chamber membership. I manage all of those as well. All right, so jumping into those three pillars. First and foremost is advocate. This is huge because chambers of commerce are one of the only nonprofits that are going to be there to advocate on your behalf. That's why that C6 designation is so important. It allows us to gather information from our members, opinions, thoughts, whatever, and then take that to Annapolis, take that to our local or state legislators, and share that feedback on your behalf. So we've always been kind of this moderator between the business community and local government. And that kind of works both ways. So we're here to give you those updates on what's happening. We provide updates on all three local, state, and federal levels, primarily focused on local and state. But we all know that there's a trickle down, so we try to stay on top of the federal level as well. Most of that content is going to be summarized in our weekly Chamber Chronicle newsletter. Goes out once a week. Usually that top section is always going to be just weekly updates, what's happening. And let me tell you, a lot is happening. This has been a really busy, really crazy legislative session. So all of those summaries are always going to be in there every week for our members. We provide you opportunities to get involved, meet your local leaders, ask questions, provide feedback, whether that's through an event like this. At the end of session, we will hold a legislative wrap-up with our state delegation. And that's just, a panel for them to share what happened, what passed, what didn't pass. And then it's an opportunity for you to say, hey, what about this particular bill? That was really important to me in my business. What's the status of that? Can you, do X, Y, and Z or whatever. That's your opportunity to really get involved, get to know them on a personal level, and really share what's important to you in your business. As I mentioned before, we are regularly testifying on your behalf. So Angelo does that primarily, whether that's going in person, and you'll see too is we'll gather information from our members, whether that's in person or filling out a survey or something like that. We then take that information and we go down to Annapolis and we say, hey, here's what the business community is asking for. So it's a really great opportunity to do that, especially when you are running a small business yourself. And I completely understand the time commitment that goes into work like this. So it's really great to have the chamber there to do that when you do not have the time or energy to do that for yourself or your business. And then we also have a fantastic partnership with the Maryland Chamber of Commerce and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. So like I said, there are chambers of all sizes at all different levels of government. So here, obviously, Harford County Chamber, we are the county level chamber for Harford County. We have two sister chambers at the city level at Aberdeen and Havre de Grace. And then, of course, there's the Maryland State Chamber. There's a U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And then there's actually an international Chamber of Commerce as well. So you have all these different sizes of chambers working your way up, which is really, really fantastic because we can come in at the county level, provide those county updates, but then we're also getting updates from the Maryland Chamber, who's focused on Maryland state legislation. We get updates from the U.S. Chamber, who's obviously focused on what's happening across the nation. So that's really awesome for us. It's really awesome for you just to be a part of that network and getting those updates at all of those different levels. So something to keep in mind. Next up is educate. So the Harford County Chamber is really big on education, whether that is business education, helping you with your business, best practices, best tips, things like that. Educating kind of the next generation of entrepreneurs, new startups, helping businesses get off the ground, or just the next generation in general, helping to connect our students with local jobs, internships, apprenticeships, things like that, to really help strengthen our local workforce. We're involved in all those different levels. So if education is something that's really important to you or to your business, there's a lot of ways that you can get involved in that work, whether it's offering an apprenticeship, an internship, something like that, whether that is sponsoring a scholarship. So the Harford County Chamber also runs the Harford County Chamber Education Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit that awards scholarships to high school seniors and returning adult students every year. So there's opportunities to get involved there. And then, excuse me. And then of course, there's ways to help educate each other. Working together with other businesses, collaborating, sharing best tips, best practices, mentoring a new business, a new entrepreneur, new startup. There's always opportunities for things like that too. Right. And then connections, probably one of the first things that people think of when they think about a chamber is that you're joining this huge network, this huge network of people, huge network of businesses, and that can be really great for you and your business. So one of the biggest ways that you can connect is through different events. There's always something happening at the chamber, always. We hold over 40 events a year. And I always say, if you're not sure where to start with Coffee and Connections. It happens every third Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. It's just a casual hour of morning networking. Come out, meet some people, swap some business cards, enjoy a cup of coffee. It's a really great way to start your day, meet some new people. But we have events throughout the year, and we have different events focused on different pillars, right, of our work. So there's usually always something for everybody. It depends on what you are interested in, what you're looking to do, how you're looking to connect in the community. Whether it's general networking and business leads, if it's advocacy related and you want to talk to our local or state delegation, whether it is educational related, things like that. So always keep an eye on the calendar. There's always something new coming up. And then we also offer online networking and a bunch of other marketing opportunities that I'll get into, but that is all through our member information center. So as a member of the chamber, you get access to kind of this online portal of a whole bunch of different stuff that I'll touch on today. But then next week is when we're doing our deep dive into the member information center. So if you're available, I invite you to join me for that, where we kind of go through that just step by step. But it's a really great way to share about your business, share what you have going on, connect with other businesses. And we really try to encourage that and encourage that collaboration, because that's what makes us all better, is when we're all working together. And then I always say, if you're not already, please follow us on social media, not just because I manage our social media, but it's a great way to stay connected too, especially if you're one of those people that you get a lot of emails throughout the day and you don't always have time to read them quickly. I cannot promise that every detail will be up on our social media, but usually you can get a gist of what's going on, things to look out for, things you can be involved in. So if you are someone who uses any of those platforms, feel free to connect with us. Alrighty. So now I'm going to kind of transition into membership benefits on top of kind of that who we are and what we do. But I will take a quick moment to pause here. Does anyone have any questions that I have not addressed yet? Feel free to either unmute, drop them in the chat. No, we're doing all right.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I did look at the chamber calendar. Are the events for all businesses or is it just specifically for members? Because there's one that's coming up on March 18th that I'm definitely interested in. I didn't know if that was for members only.
Yeah, no. If it is a members only event, it will say on the event 98, 99%, I would say, of all of our events are open to everybody, both members and non-members. Some events you will see members have discounted ticket options, and some things like that. So as a prospective member, you might be paying a little bit more for a ticketed event, but they are open to everybody. So yes, definitely, if something's of interest, definitely sign up for it.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. No, great question. Alrighty. Awesome. Well, let's keep on trucking. So here we go. Alrighty. So the Chamber Chronicle. The Chamber Chronicle is our e-newsletter, goes out every week on Tuesday afternoons, and is kind of your one-stop shop for everything that is happening at the Chamber. So like I talked about earlier, it's always going to have your advocacy updates, surveys to share feedback, things like that. So that's going to be local, state, federal, different things that either the chamber is actively working on and we want you to be aware of, or things that you just might need to know of things coming up. So for example, if you did not know that the beneficial ownership information filing has now been reinstated and has a new deadline, things like that you might want to be aware of. So that's always a one-stop shop for all of the advocacy updates. It'll have registration for upcoming events, tips, tricks, news from our members. We have a members making headlines section in that email. So it's a great way to just shout out our business community, see what's happening, share some awesome updates. So I always encourage people, read the Chamber Chronicle. I know you get a million emails a day. I know that nobody wants to sit there and filter through a long email with a bunch of links in it. I understand. Do it anyway. And I will say that as a business owner myself, there have been times where I skim through something and I've missed something and I go back later and I go, oh no, I have now missed the deadline on something, or I've, missed this opportunity. So I always tell people like, hey, if you don't have time on Tuesday afternoon to read it, that's totally fine. Drop it in a little folder, come back to it later, revisit it, share it with, a coworker, colleague, totally fine. But I do encourage you to read those emails, at least skim for the things that are important to you and important to your business, because they are jam-packed full of information. Committees and groups. So as a chamber member, you have access to all of our committees and groups. These are kind of just ways to get involved in a deeper level, ways to connect with a smaller group of members with different interests. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory as to what they do. But if any of those things are of interest to you and you want to connect with businesses and business owners that are involved in similar activities, this is a really great way to do it. So just very briefly, our Military Affairs Committee works to kind of strengthen our relationship with APG and our military community. So they're the ones planning our military-focused events. They are going out and doing some, our service projects that are military-oriented. We usually do like a donation drive throughout the year, so they're the one organizing those sorts of things. Our Business Development Committee helps us to not only plan some of our events, but kind of works as that mouthpiece of business sometimes, of just what are businesses looking for? What are you looking to do? What's something that you're interested in that the chamber hasn't done? Stuff like that. Our Membership Development Committee helps us to reach out to our newest members when they first join the chamber, as well as just kind of connect with current members. It's a really great network to kind of get involved, be a friendly face when people first join. And then our Scholarship Committee, like I mentioned with our Education Foundation, they are the ones that are reviewing those scholarship applications, helping us to pick our awardees each year. helping us plan a award breakfast that we do each year for our scholarship recipients. There's that committee. And then our government affairs committee is made up of both chamber members, businesses, and local and state representation from, I don't want to say just government, but government, local nonprofits. And they're the ones that are kind of sifting through legislation, sharing their feedback, sharing the needs of the community. And then those legislators that are also a part of that committee are then sharing their feedback of what's going on in session, which things are maybe more likely to pass, not likely to pass, things like that. And then we also have our Hartford Young Professionals and Entrepreneurs group. And that group is open to everyone, regardless of chamber membership. But that is just kind of a networking group for those people, whether you are a young professional or an entrepreneur, to just connect you with other like-minded people. We share a lot of updates on just like networking events, ways to get connected, ways to give back to our local community, as well as business tips and best practices of how to start a business, how to grow your business, that sort of thing. And then the two off on the right-hand side here that you'll see are our two leads groups. So these are industry-specific networking groups designed to help generate new business leads. Both of these groups are an additional fee in addition to your chamber membership, but it's just an extra way to meet new people, grow your business, and then work kind of one-on-one with individuals in different industries to help generate new leads and new customers for each other. So if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to us and we can connect you with the right people to verify that a category is open for you. But the Hartford Business Network meets every Wednesday. Business Resource Network meets every Friday. And that's just another additional way to network, to connect, and generate some new leads. So those are all open to all of our members. And then our cost savings programs. So as a chamber member, you also have access to all of these programs. You'll find more detailed information on these on our website. But these are just little things offered by the business community for you to take advantage of. So if you use Constant Contact for email marketing, if you want to switch and use Constant Contact for email marketing, all chamber members receive, I believe it's a 20% discount just for being a chamber member. Same thing with like work perks. If you either sign up or switch for their insurance benefits to offer to your employees, they have discounted packages just for being a chamber member. Same with banking. And then CQI Energy is an energy co-op designed to help save you money on your business energy bills. So if you have a physical space and you're like most of us and are just cringing every time you open an energy bill, that's an option for you as well to kind of sign up and join that co-op. So again, all of these are open to any chamber member. They're open at any time. The energy co-op might actually have deadlines now that I think about it, but you can sign up throughout the year whenever you join. All of these are open. All right. So now we're jumping into marketing benefits. So these are all benefits that are included in your chamber membership. There is no additional fee to utilize any of these. These are things, just take advantage of them. So like I said, that members making headlines section of the Chronicle newsletter, we just want to share awesome things that are happening in our community. So if you are celebrating an awesome achievement, award, whatever it might be, you can send that to me directly. And we'll, put a little picture and a little blurb about your accomplishment in the newsletter each week. So definitely take advantage of that. It's just a way to share awesome news. You can advertise in the chamber lobby. So if you have not been to our office yet, The main lobby of our building is just wall-to-wall business cards and flyers and promo items, just a bunch of stuff from all of our members. So you're always welcome to drop things off, whatever it might be, whether, business card, trifolds, whatever you have to promote your business, we'll keep that in the lobby for you. And then as people either come and go, if we have people visiting, we encourage them to take information and shop local. Or if we have a big event coming up or things like that, and sometimes we'll take what we have in the lobby to then disperse out at an event or something like that. Utilizing the MIC. So I don't want to go too crazy in there. I have more information on this as well. But that member information center allows you to do a whole bunch. So if you're on our website and you're looking through our membership directory, that kind of profile that each business gets has a mirrored side in the MIC that you have access to, that you can completely control. So you can update all your information, share pictures, share video, highlight who you are, what you do, the services you offer. But then you can also post a whole bunch of different stuff: events, job openings, member-to-member discounts, a whole bunch of other things. And those are not only live within the MIC for other members to see, but they also go up on our website. So as you kind of explore that, you'll see you'll see our chamber events calendar, you'll see a community calendar. Community calendar is all the different events that our members have shared. You'll see like hot deals, discounts, resources, what am I forgetting? News releases. And that's all just ways for you to promote your business, share what's going on, share great things that are happening in our community. So definitely take advantage of that. The Chamber also runs a podcast with Harford County Living. If anyone else is familiar with Rich Bennett and his podcast, Conversations with Rich Bennett. We do a podcast once a month, and you can tune in pretty much anywhere, but that's on our website as well. And that's just a way to feature our members and have a great time and have just conversations about business and how you got started, what do you do, how you got involved in the chamber, some really great stuff. So you're welcome to participate as a part of the Business Beat podcast. I will warn you now, I am booked out very far in advance. I actually have to check. It's probably at least a year on that wait list right now, but that is an opportunity for you as well. And then I encourage everybody to join our Facebook group, whether you're a member or not. That is open. It is just the Harford County Chamber of Commerce Facebook group. It is not very original, but it is there. And it's a great way to connect with people, hear about what's going on at the chamber. And it's just another avenue for you to promote your business. You're welcome to share whatever you might have going on in that group. All right. And then even more marketing benefits. There are so many of them. These are all of the low-cost benefits that are included. They are exclusive to chamber members. Only chamber members may purchase these benefits, but they do have additional fees attached to them. Most of them include different ads on various places, various sizes. You tell me what you want and we can make it happen. So our Chronicle newsletter, you can do ads in those. This is a picture of one right here. So you can kind of get an idea of the size of that ad. You can advertise on our social media. We have 2 different social media sharing options. You can do ads on our website, our quarterly directory. For any current members on the call or new members, you might not know this yet. We do that directory that lives on our website. We do an emailed version of that once per quarter. It comes in a document that not only is a way to help you connect with other members and work together, but is a chance to advertise to other members. You can put ads in that. We also offer a member mailing list if you are someone who wants to send cards or notes or promotional items in the mail. You can purchase a mailing list, and then event sponsorships. Pretty much every event will have a sponsorship option for members. They range anywhere from $25 to $2,500 probably. But we try to make sure that there's something for everybody, just at different levels of business, different promotional opportunities. If you are looking for more in-person type of sponsorship opportunities, there's a bunch of those too. All right. So again, just touching on this member information center. This flyer kind of gives you an idea of all the different things that you can share in there. But something that's really great about the MIC, but chamber membership in general, is we recognize the business itself as the chamber member, which means that any employee can then participate with those membership benefits. It does not matter if you are a solo entrepreneur, it does not matter if you have 1,000 employees. If your business is a member of the chamber, any and all employees can participate, can take advantage of any of these benefits, and can be involved as much or as little as they want to. So when you have access to that member information portal, you can add as many employees as you want. There is no limit. Go nuts. If you have, different people with different departments, add them in there. It also gives you that 24/7 access. You can update information at any time. You can share any of these things at any time. So if I understand the small business grind sometimes of being awake at ungodly hours to get work done. That's okay. You have 24/7 access to this. And then, like I said, all of these things not only live within the MIC itself, but also are shared on our website. It's our goal to just give our members and give our business community as much visibility as possible, and to kind of be that connector and that piece that we can help you guys work together, connect with new people, connect with new clients and customers. We are here to help and want to help in any way that we can. All right, so I know I threw a lot of information at you. All of that is contained in this top tier of membership, which is the business membership. We have 5 different tiers of membership in total. So everything that we just went over is what you get in our basic membership package. It goes up from there. And depending on your budget, depending on what you are looking for and looking to be involved in, I encourage you can check out all these different tier options. Just shoot us an email and I can send you kind of a breakdown on each of these. But at higher levels, there's not only other exclusive marketing benefits that come with those levels, but they kind of wrap up a lot of the benefits that we went over, the marketing benefits, sponsorships, things like that, and wrap it up into a discounted package for you. So you can choose to do whatever you would like when it comes to membership. But say if you're somebody who says, hey, I just want to write you a check one time a year and it have everything already, built into it instead of paying for, a ticket here, a ticket there, a marketing benefit here, you can do that. Just upgrade your level of membership to whatever one of these levels makes the most sense for you and your business. And then it's all just kind of wrapped up in one nice bundle for you. You do get a discount on that package. And it just makes it a little bit simpler. But you can then, of course, purchase anything one-off if you want to do that as well. You are not locked in to what comes in that package. But just want to highlight that. All of that comes in at our business level membership, which is $365 a year or just $1 a day. So all of that is there for you. Alrighty. Now it is my turn to stop talking. All right, so I'm going to open it up to questions. If anyone has them, whether they are chamber related, membership related, business related, anything you got. No, nothing. Hopefully that means I did my job right and shared everything that needed to be shared. Cool. All right. Well, I am going to drop my contact information in the chat. And all of you are welcome to reach out to me at any time. Cannot talk and type apparently. Please reach out if you do think of any other questions that come up. And I encourage you, regardless if you are a member, if you're not a member, we are always here to help. So please don't feel that you can't reach out and ask a question if you're not a member. We encourage that. We're here to help in any way that we can. Feel free to give us a call. If you are available, I invite you to join us next week. Same Tuesday, 8 a.m. We're doing our deep dive into the MIC. Kind of walk you through step by step how to post all of that stuff, how to update your information. Definitely do that. And then, as was mentioned earlier, March 18th, I will be hosting a digital marketing webinar. So if you are someone who is either struggling with your social media or your email marketing, or just don't know a lot about it, and you want to use that better and to your advantage as a small business, please join me for that one. That'll be great. And then come on out to Coffee and Connections. I would love to meet you guys in person, and learn more about who you are and what you do, and we'll grab a cup of coffee and we'll just chat business. So feel free to come on out to any of those things. And with that, I will give you guys a little bit of time back in your morning. I hope everybody has a great morning this morning. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, this recording will be available. I will try to get that out to you at least by the end of the week, hopefully a bit sooner. But have a fantastic rest of your day, and hope to talk to you soon. Thank you guys.